Hello everybody, it's Tommy and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another build with a lot of terrain manipulation and another Star Wars build at that. So the other day I built Luke Skywalker's home from Tatooine, which required a lot of terrain manipulation, and I was kind of in a Star Wars mood and I decided I wanted to attempt something else. Actually, what happened before that, I was doing a build that required a lot of terrain manipulation and I worked on it pretty much all day. And it came out horrible. I was so not happy with it. So I got a little frustrated, but I did want to still continue and kind of produce something that day. So I didn't feel like the whole day got wasted. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to attempt the island that Luke Skywalker is hiding out on in The Last Jedi. So if you've seen Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, obviously, The Force Awakens is very much that they're trying to find Luke and they need him because they want him around to help train Rey, obviously. And then the end of the movie, they find him on this beautiful island, and the island or the planet that he is on is called Ahch-to. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. I looked up a bunch of pronunciations, so if I'm getting it wrong or you think I'm mistaken, feel free to let me know or get mad at me. But I'm not super good with the pronunciations of all of these Star Wars planets. But it's beautiful. It's like an island, and it's very, like, it's like an island in the middle of the water, and then there's nothing else around it. Like, there's just this one beautiful green, very, like, hilly, mountainous island, but also looks like there's not too many plants on it. And then there's also these huts that are made out of stone all over the island and some like really, really old stairs. And it's my understanding that when they are filming there, they're filming on Skellig Micheal, which is a island in Ireland that I almost had the opportunity to go to when I was in Ireland, but I actually couldn't go because of weather conditions. You have to get on a boat, obviously, to get to the island, and the day that we were supposed to go, it was not a great day to be on the sea. So we ended up not being able to go, but this build specifically, when I was building, I was using Skellig Micheal as a reference photo for the build, and also obviously pictures from the actual set of The Last Jedi, but most importantly Skellig Micheal. And I hope I'm saying that correctly too. Like I said, my pronunciations are not great, so I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, but that's how we said it when we were in Ireland. But what do I know? I'm an American. So yeah, so there was only like a few elements that I wanted to make sure I got about this little island. I wanted to have the stone huts that are shown in The Last Jedi, and I also know are present on the island. I wanted to have the stairs, the stone stairs that go all the way up the island, and I wanted to have the sacred Jedi tree, which is the one that gets burnt down in The Last Jedi. So all of those elements were really the only important things for me to have, and this was used just as like a tool for me to learn how to do more terrain manipulation and do kind of like this mountain structure I wanted to teach myself. So we do actually have like a rather short build. This is not a super long one, but let me tell you a little bit about Ahch-to. According to Wikipedia, which is the like source, I believe it's like the most canon source for reading about Star Wars information. So Ahch-to is a planet mostly covered in water with numerous rocky islands blanketed with green trees located in the unknown regions. It was the birthplace of the Jedi Order and held the ancient Jedi texts. 3 decades after the Galactic Civil War, it served as the home of Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, who went into exile seeking the first Jedi Temple after his Jedi student was killed by Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren. So yeah, this is the island that Luke hides out on after he's kind of like secluding himself the same way that Yoda does. And I've been trying to do some different Star Wars locations and iconic places lately. Let me know if there's anything in specific that you would like to see me try to do. I'm trying to come up with more places I can do from Star Wars, but it's a little bit difficult sometimes to just figure out something that people are going to easily recognize. But I did think that this was one of the places that people would definitely recognize, especially if you're a fan of The Last Jedi, and I was. I loved The Last Jedi. I know people have mixed opinions about it, but I was a really huge fan of it. Not so much the parts with Finn and Rose, I believe her name was, that when they go to that one planet, I really was not interested in that part of the story, but I think a lot of people have talked about that. So we're not going to use this video to critique the Star Wars movies. I just wanted to do something Star Warsy, and I hope that your Sims can easily go up the incline of this island. I did not play test it. I really should have, and I know that, and I'm trying to get into the habit more of play testing things before I put them on the gallery or before I finalize them so that everything works properly. But I was just really excited to get this out and show you guys, and I'm just really happy with it. I think that it's cute. I did build on the 64 by 64 in Windenburg, so it left me not enough room, and you would think that I would have had enough room to do more. There are more things that I would have liked to do. There's more like things that happen in The Last Jedi that I would have liked to included on the island, such as when Rey ends up in that cave. I believe it's a cave or like some kind of water that she falls into, where she starts getting all of her visions and stuff. I would have liked to put an area where that looks very visible, but more importantly, I wanted this to just look like the island from a distance, and I think that it would be cool for your Sims to actually live here. You can live in those little hut structures. I would add rooms to them, so you could just add like a very small room to the inside. The walls are tall enough on the huts to actually do that, but I wanted them to be a little bit more, what's the word for it, like ancient looking. So I really just wanted to make them look very rocky and like not homemade, but like handmade. So they're just made to look very ancient looking, I guess. And that's what they are, because they do actually exist on the island. So yeah, I think that that's really cool. When I was in Ireland, I actually got to go inside one of those stone hut structures, but it was not on this island. So obviously they're probably different, but they do have them in various places around Ireland, and I got to actually go in one, and it's so cool to go in one because you just realize how old they are and how ancient they are, and that they still exist to this day. And obviously Ireland protects them, and as they should, to hold on to the history, which I think is really cool. Obviously really suits well for movie filming and stuff like that. Like Star Wars is notorious for filming in Ireland because of all of the beautiful greenery and all of the older ancient kind of stuff that's there that you can use, that's like built into the land. I think is really unique. So yeah, I tried to add as many stairs as possible for your Sims to get around. Hopefully they will not have a hard time doing so. I have been having a little bit of issues with stair placement on the new terrain, where you can place stairs and it'll say, like, it'll light up green, like, yes, you can place stairs here. But then when you go to tell your Sim to use the stairs, they can't get down the stairs for some reason. I had that problem on my Luke Skywalker home in the trench, and I ended up having to remove the stairs and like put them in a different location that you guys didn't get to see in the video because of that. So hopefully your Sims can get up and down. If you really do want to use this, they would obviously have to swim across because we don't have boats, but I think this place would look really cool in the winter. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's pretty much the end of the build. I did go ahead and put rocks all over the place so that it really looks like it's an island coming out of the water. And then what you guys didn't see in the video but is included on the version that is on the gallery, I put a ton of water fountains up under the rocks so that it looks like the waves are kind of crashing into the shore and making like big white splashes of water. So that's all included in the version on the gallery, and I hope that you guys like this. I hope my Star Wars fans like this, and stay tuned for more stuff like this on my channel, especially with Get Famous coming out. I've got a couple of ideas that I'm going to try. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon below to turn on post notifications so you can get updated every single time I post, and I will talk to you all in the next one.